Hello and welcome back to Concert Critiques in Cars with Emily. So I'm super excited about this show. Not only did I get another state on my list of 50 states, but I also got to see a band that I really had never thought that I would see again live. So let's get into it because it was a lot of stuff. So yeah, I went to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to see Park, who was one of the openers for Spitalfield. So yeah, let's dive right in because there were 4 bands on this bill. So the first band to open was a local band called Alley Eyes. Their first song had an instrumentally heavy start and then a drop of instrumentals for the lyrics. I really liked the instrumentals in the chorus and then the shift back into that short, quick feel in the verses. I like the short, quick feel of the bridge, like even more so than in the verses, so that was pretty cool. And then and then there was a drop in instrumentals at the end of the bridge that went back into the chorus. It was a really cool effect. I really liked the guitar towards the end as well. Great first song, good opener. After that, the second song, the lyrics came in with the instruments, which were less instrumentally heavy than the previous song. I really loved the lyrics and then the drop in the instrumentals for the line right before the chorus, so that was pretty cool. And then loved the higher octave in the lyrics in the second verse, like really, 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 really good. Yeah, so really liked that. Good follow-up, great song. So then after that, they introduced themselves, and then they played a song called Roman Holiday. It was, the lyrics were with the instruments to start, short, quick feel in the instrumentals, drop in the instrumentals before the chorus, and then I liked how the chorus was sang. There was like a gravelly quality added, it seemed like, at points, so that was pretty cool. And then I liked the simultaneous vocals for the O's, or the O's, I guess. After that, they played another song that was just the guitar, so less instrumentally heavy with lyrics. Short, quick feel of the guitar, which was pretty cool. And then the full instrumentals came in halfway through the first verse. And then there was a drop in instrumentals after the chorus that went into the second verse. And then like a total drop, like real like no sound halfway through or at the end of the second verse. So that was really cool. I liked that. And then they introduced the other bands. And then they played No Good. That had a less instrumentally heavy start. I liked the lyrics and the instruments to start. Then the instruments came full halfway through the first verse. I really loved the percussion for the pre-chorus. That was awesome. And then they dropped again for the first half of the second verse. Great instrumental bridge or ending, like really impressive guitar playing. And like they were moving around the stage while they were playing, so like super energetic as well. So that was really cool. And then he asked anyone if they'd seen Alley Eyes before. I'm not. But then they played a song called My Love, which had an instrumental start, and then there was a quick short feel in the lyrics for the first verse. I really liked the first verse. That was really awesome. And then I really liked the octave changes in the chorus for certain words, so that was really cool. After that, the last song they played had a short, quick feel with just the guitar, and then the percussion came in with the lyrics. And then like the other guitar came in, so that was cool that they had like kind of a progression of instruments, so I liked that. Yeah, so that was cool. And then yeah, so there wasn't a huge shift between the verses and the chorus, so my song parts could be off. I wasn't exactly sure how to like talk about it, but I'm pretty sure there was a slight build-up for the instrumental bridge, which I loved. The instrumentals at the end of the bridge, and then they went back into the lyrics, and then between the line "Why Don't You Stay" had really like great instrumentals. Yeah, and they had a really awesome ending, like so great. And then they kind of like introduced the like band as the instruments were going, and then they just like kept going and came back in full with the instruments. So really, really love that. Great choice for a last song. Really, really good. So definitely looking forward to hearing them digitally or recorded versions. But yeah, great opener, really fun band to open with. So then it was Danny Stevens, and he's the lead singer was the lead singer of The Audition. And so it was just him and an acoustic guitar. So very different vibe, but still very exciting, as in the audition fan. So I loved the, okay, so the guitar, like, to start, beautiful. Loved the opening guitar in the first song. It was called On My Way. Loved the lyrics right before the pre-chorus. Loved the repetition of the song title before the second verse. And I really loved the guitar in the verses. I liked the lyrics in the second pre-chorus as well, which were a little bit different from the first, so that was pretty cool. After that, he said he was getting a phone call and asked if he should take it. And we were all like, yeah. And he was like, no. He's like, I'm not taking it. It's probably a scam. And then he talked about the fans in the front. I guess he recognized them. And he said he was going to be playing some audition songs. So I was really glad that he was going to do that. I think that is nice to let us know. So anyway, after that, played a song that I recognized. So that was in the audition song. Loved the chorus, and the lyrics are just so good. Really loved the drop in the instrumental bridge. Love the lyrics in that bridge. The song, he also went to explain afterwards that the song was about social media at the time in 2004, which was basically MySpace, and like how it was kind of like a rebellion, not rebellion. He said it was a push, like he pushed against the record labels, pushback song. And so that was interesting, like just to get a different take on what that song was really about. And then so after that, he played a brand new song and said it was the second time ever, because he had played it the previous night, and then this was the second time, and it was for his wife. And he also said it was his best attempt at a Rod Stewart song. So he was like, prepared us for the higher singing, and he was like, I don't know why I did this to myself. It's really high notes and the guitar part is really hard. So he's like, so I'm definitely gonna mess this up. And so it's called One of the Lucky Ones. Like super sweet lyrics, maybe almost a little too cheesy. Really loved the high-pitched lines before the chorus, and I really liked the instrumentals in the chorus. Loved the lyrics in the second verse about jumping in blindly. That was like a specific thing that stuck out. Really liked the lyrics in the first. Sorry, just trying to make sure I don't miss my exit here. Yeah, no, okay, I'm good. I really liked the lyrics in the first half of the chorus, and then I liked the shift in the instruments in the bridge. And then he kind of like got really rock star with the guitar at the end, which was fun, like just the position that he was holding it in. And he was like, wait for it. And then he would play a couple notes and be like, no, not yet, wait for it. So that was really cool. I think like, not that it was the best part of the song by any means, but afterwards he was like, man, I killed it. Like I did so good. And so I think I just like really loved and appreciated the fact that he was so happy about it. Like that was just such a fun little detail. And then he talked about moving down to Tennessee and how different it was. And so he played Get to Know You, which he said was like his perfect mix of old and new. I really liked the chorus, great lyrics and instrumentals. Loved the lyrics before the second chorus about falling in and falling out. So that was a really nice song. Then he did this like holler swaller thing, which I guess is from Tennessee, that he says holler, we say swaller, and then we take a drink, even though he was just drinking water. He thanked and introduced the other bands playing. Talked about, so then I talked about Loving Country and how he tried to sneak it into the audition songs as often as he could. And so this is his favorite audition song, or the audition song, and so It's Going to Be Hard When I'm Gone. I really liked the lyrics, but definitely like once he mentioned country, I was like, oh, this is like legit like country. I was like, yeah, I can't. This is a lot. It wasn't that bad though. So in the chorus, at the end of the chorus, he says Amy, and so right after he sang that line, he was like, I actually did not write this about an Amy. He's like, I don't really know an Amy. He's like, I know Amy's, but like this is not about an Amy that I knew. And he just said, because I didn't want to say baby, so I said Amy. Really impressive hold of Amy before the bridge. really liked the lyrics and shift in the instrumentals and bridge. Then there was a build-up of instrumentals, really great going back into the chorus after that. So it was awesome. And then after that, he said that he almost fainted because I guess that song was hard. And he goes, I usually play that song sitting down. And he goes, but I'm not going to lie, I almost fainted. So glad he didn't faint. Glad he was okay. So then after that, the next song had really great instrumentals, fantastic lyrics, recognized, and then the instrumentals came in heavy for the chorus. I love the part phrase repetition in the chorus, so that was super fun. And then he taught us the bridge so that we could sing. We did not do a good job the first time, but that's not a surprise. That happens all the time. And then so he taught us the line, right? And then at the end he was like, what are we gonna do this for? And so someone in the crowd knew the answer, knew the follow-up lyric, and so he pointed her out, so that was pretty cool. And then after that, he said that this was the favorite song he's ever written, and talked about how messed up everything is, and how he had to try and make it something that was laughable, because it's just overwhelming if you don't kind of try and find some humor in it. So the song was called The Joke. I really liked the instrumentals in the verse. Liked the lyrics in the chorus, especially at the end. And then I liked the lyrics in the second verse and the third verse. Some cool singing notes towards the end, which was cool. Overall really good set. Didn't even mind that it came after a full instrument band, and then it was an acoustic thing. I thought that was fine. Not gonna lie. really wanted to see dance halls turned to ghost towns. Not even sure if it would be good acoustic, but man, that was the song when I heard that he was going to be opening, I was like, ooh, this might be my chance to really get into that song. So unfortunately that was a bit of a disappointment, but so maybe if he comes towards this area and I don't have to travel to go see him, maybe he'll play a different set. I don't know. Anyway, then came Park, which was the whole reason I flew to Wisconsin. Literally so excited to see them. I was really hoping they would play 3 songs. So let's get into it, and I will let you know if they played them. Okay, so their first song, I recognized the instrumental intro. Super good to hear his voice live, really like the lyrics in the chorus, fantastic lyrics in the second verse, and then there was a drop in the instrumentals after the bridge for the first line of the chorus, so I liked that. After that, they talked about recording music while they were tuning their guitars, and that went into the next song, which I'm assuming was what they were recording. Instrumental intro was really good. I loved the lyrics in the chorus, and the instrumentals in the second half of the second verse were great. There were drops in the instrumentals right before the second chorus, so that was really cool. And then they had gang vocals or dual vocals, and then there was a drop in instrumentals for the bridge, and then a build back up into the chorus. I really liked the instrumentals before the chorus, and after it too. And then there was this really awesome instrumental breakdown at the end, so I loved that. That was awesome. After that, he was looking in the crowd and was like, dude, I like your shirt. And he was like, is that a band? So that was kind of fun. So this is off their first album. It had an instrumentally heavy start. It was still instrumentally heavy when the lyrics came in, which is going to be a recurring theme here. Then there was a drop for the pre-chorus, which I loved the lyrics for. Sorry. I love the lyrics for the first verse, and then the instrumentals came in full for the chorus, and then dropped a bit, but it was still instrumentally heavy. And then there was a bigger drop for the pre-chorus, for the second pre-chorus. Really great last lyric, and then this sudden end, so I really liked that. After that, they played Which Wrist First, so I recognized it immediately and was super happy. While it's my number 4, not my top 3, but still super fun to see live, so good. Love the second verse, especially the first half of it. Second chorus and bridge, and then the bridge, which is so great. Like, just love the lyrics in the bridge. Love seeing it live. Super great choice. Again, not one of my top 3, but definitely amazing. So after that, the lyrics came in with the instruments. Instrumentally heavy start with the lyrics. Love the instruments after the second chorus. Then they had this huge instrumental drop for the bridge. And then, like, that's when kind of it clicked. That was like, oh, I was like, yeah, I definitely recognize this song. So yeah, and then I really loved the instruments after the lyrics in the bridge towards the end. So that was great. Good follow-up because I recognized it. But would have been a better follow-up to play this song because I recognized it immediately. Such great lyrics in the verses. So, like, it was like, great song, good song, great song. I wish they just put my 2 greats, like, right above there. Anyway, so lyrics in the verse and the chorus. Loved the simultaneous vocals. And then, like, the bassist was like screaming towards the end of the bridge, which was super good. I loved the guitar when the lyrics came back in before the end gets like so heavy, which was super, super fun. And then there was more screaming, so that was like super fun to see live. Like, again, really great choice. Loved it. Not my top 3. It's okay. So then I talked about recording new songs, which are coming out in May, so super excited for that. And so the instrument and the lyrics came in together. There was some feedback in the first verse, which was kind of like no one was moving that much, I didn't think, so that was kind of strange. But they had an instrumentally heavy chorus. Loved the quick short feel of the bass in the second verse, and then the drop of instrumentals for the bridge. And then they came in full again for the chorus, and then they had a cool instrumental outro, so I really like that song and really, really, really looking forward to hearing it when it gets released. After that, the next song had a less instrumentally heavy start with just the guitar. Really loved the opening lyrics in the first verse. The instrumentals came in still less instrumentally heavy, but came in full during the first verse. It was more full for the chorus, and then a slight drop for the verses. Great build up, and then drop to just the guitar for the bridge, so that was cool. And then I really liked the lyrics in the bridge for that song as well. After that, they played a song that had just an instrumental intro, which was instrumentally heavy when the lyrics came in. Really liked the instrumental transition from the first chorus to the second verse. Loved the lyrics in the second verse, especially at the beginning. And then, okay, so then like the instruments like kind of started to like fade or like slow. But I don't know, it was just like you could tell that it was like kind of like going away, and it was like boom, they came back in full, and it was awesome. Like, it was so good. Really liked the quick shift, like to really fast instrumentals and then back into the end. Really great ending. Again, like so engaging, so that was really cool. Okay, so after that, they played Gasoline Kisses for Everyone. For sure my top 3. So that was great. Glad they played it at the end. Love the lyrics so much in the first verse. So fantastic. Love the dual vocals in the chorus. Such a great lyrics in the chorus. Second verse was great. Like, I mean, everything was great. Like, love the bridge. Love the ending. It's so good. Like, the ending is so good. Just like, it was so good. I can only say so good so many times. It was amazing. Really, 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 really love that song. Did not play Conversations with Emily, and did not play Dear Sweet and Paler. Those are my other in my top 3. I didn't expect them to play Dear Sweet and Paler because I know that that's kind of like a less popular song. It's 7th on Spotify, so I was like, all right, like, they're not the headliners. I could see it not being played. Really, really thought they were going to play Conversations with Emily, and as an Emily, I would have loved to hear that song. So that was a little disappointing. I really, really was like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to play that. They did not. So I'm so interested because they're playing tonight in their hometown, or, in Chicago, and so they're the headliner tonight, I think, at least according to social medias. And so I'm curious if they're going to play a longer set and if they would play that. And if they do, please tell me, even though I'm going to be so jealous. I have to go to work tomorrow, guys. I can't. And I also already got my Chicago, my Illinois state. Anyway, let's get into Spitalfield because this is going to be long. All right. So again, didn't really go for Spitalfield, but had been listening to their music, so was excited to see them. Overall, just like right off the bat, so energetic. So that was super fantastic. So the first song, instrumentally heavy intro, then a drop for the verses. Love the short, quick feel towards the end of the verse and the repetition before the transition to the chorus. Really liked the instrumentals for the bridge and then the build up back into the chorus. Really good first song. So that was really great. After that, they had an instrumentally heavy start that dropped for the verses, jumped around a bit for instrumental transitions. Like literally any second he could, he was like jumping around. So that was cool. Loved the lyrics leading into the second chorus. Really liked the bass in the bridge, or slash towards the end. And then after that, so that was good. Had to ask for a little bit more of the drums and guitar for the drummer. Bass and guitar. Thanked the bands and kind of gave anecdotes for both. So it's interesting. He thanked Park and told like a quick little story, and then he thanked Danny Stevens and told a quick little story, but then didn't mention Alley Eyes, and I was like, ooh, okay. But then he played Kill the Drama, which I did recognize from having listened to them. Instrumentally heavy start with for the lyrics. Started with the chorus. So yeah, they like started with the chorus a lot, and then they went into the first verse. Short, quick feel in the verses. Really liked it. Lots of repetition in the lyrics. Liked the lyrics in the chorus. And then like as the song was ending, he was like, oh, and like thanks Alley Eyes, like you're awesome. So I'm glad that he like remembered and didn't leave them off. So that was nice. After that, the next song had a slower start, but was still instrumentally full. I really loved when the lyrics got quick and short in the verses. Or potentially could have been the chorus. I'm honestly not sure. The lyrics were fantastic. Big drop and shift. And then it became instrumentally full for the chorus or the bridge. I'm going to go with the bridge. This song, again, it was a little confusing what was the chorus and what was the verse. But really liked it. Still good to see. After that, the drummer asked for less guitar from the sound guy. So that was fun. Just like a fun little continuing thing. And then they played 5 days and counting. There was an instrumentally heavy start, jumping around the stage for the instrumentals, and then there was a drop when the lyrics came in. Short, quick feel for the lyrics and the verses. Really liked the lyrics in the chorus. Had the crowd sing part of the bridge right before the chorus, and then they let us sing the last word of the song, which was pretty cool. After that, he took a sip of water, and everyone was like, chug, 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 chug. So that was fun. He was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. The next song was for Jeff. It was The Only Thing That Matters. So this had a less instrumentally heavy start. I liked the opening lyrics. And then the chorus, it came in full. Came in full with the instrumentals. Short, quick feel in the lyrics for the verses. Really, really liked the chorus. I liked the lyrics about dancing in the verse. That was pretty cool. And then I liked the lyrics in the bridge, which was instrumentally heavy, so that was cool. After that, the next song had an instrumentally heavy start with a lot of jumping. Really liked the opening lyrics. The bassist and the lead singer like alternated the lyrics and the verses, so that was really, really cool. Like hearing the two different voices. Really, really loved that. I love when that happens in bands, and so that was really awesome. Really liked the lyrics in the second verse. Really fun song. Really liked the instrumental bridge and the instrumental end. Again, they were like so energetic. It was awesome. They talked about coming to Summerfest, which is apparently a big thing in Milwaukee, with like lots of bands and stuff a few years ago. And then they played Building a Better City by Design, which had an instrumentally heavy start. Still instrumentally heavy for the first line, but then just the instruments for a bit. And so then the instruments dropped for when the lyrics came in for the verse. So they kind of did like an intro thing with a couple lyrics and then just an intro, more intro, and then they came in with the verse. Really liked the part with repetition in the chorus, especially towards the end. The next song had a softer start, but still instrumentally, a slower start, but still instrumentally full, and then got faster and heavier like right away. Then there was a drop for the lyrics. Really liked the lyrics in the pre-chorus and the short, quick feel. Loved like so there was like a part where the other people in the band were like yelling in the background, kind of the lyric "get out, get out, get out," and so that was awesome. That was in the chorus. I really, really liked that. That was a cool effect. So the basses and guitars were both doing that, and then they had the crowd like do the hand clap for the bridge, so that was pretty fun. After that, so after that, there was like this fun, so inaudible, could not hear what they were saying, but super fun banter between the drummer and the bassist, and they were like talking back and forth to each other. And even after the song started, they like gave each other a knowing look, and I was just like, yes. I was like, this is them genuinely like enjoying the moment, and so I loved seeing that. It was awesome. But the next song had a slower start. There was a drop in instrumentals when the lyrics came in. I really liked the build up for the instruments to the chorus. I really liked the way that the pre-chorus was sang, with some words that had like the short quick, and then others that were kind of like held a little bit longer, so that was cool. Loved the cymbals and like the short quick drops of instruments in the instrumental bridge. Really great instrumental ending. Loved this, like loved it. Guitar part was really cool. Really liked the instrumentals in this one a lot. After that, they played I Can't Stop. Talked about recording some new music together and working on a whole album, so that's really cool. And so this was actually off their new EP that's already out. So there was an instrumentally heavy start. I really liked the guitar short, quick feel in the lyrics. Loved them. So good. Part where repetition. The pre-chorus was really good. Lots of repetition in the chorus. Solid lyrics in the second verse too. Like the lines about needing space were so good. Really, really liked the lyrics. And then after that, they played Am I Ready? For a good friend who helped them get started. They talked about like using the singer's parents' minivan, and how this guy was like, oh, like I'll take care of you. But the rest of the band left the stage, and so he talked about his friend going into teaching and how like all these people in his life also teach. And so so it was just the lead singer and an electric guitar. Really liked the guitar parts. I liked the lyrics in the chorus, and I liked the lyrics right before the second chorus. Liked the guitar part for the bridge. Let the crowd sing part of the chorus after the bridge. So that was a nice song. Really, just like a good message. So then, after that, the band came back on stage and asked if it was okay if he played 2 more songs, in which case everyone cheered. And he was like, honestly, he's like, even if you guys said no, I probably would have just played it, because what else are we going to do? So I always like that. I know it's kind of a bit, but it's fun. So the second to last song I recognized, started with instrumentally heavy start. Liked the short, quick feel in the verses for certain lyrics. Really loved the quick pause in the chorus. Fun song to see live. The instrumentals at the end were just super fun. So that was really awesome. And then the last song, I recognized the opening instrumentals. Loved the build up in the verse into the chorus. Loved the chorus, like the lyrics in the second verse. Great instrumental bridge. And then there were like dual vocals towards the end, so that was really fun. So they ended on like a huge high note for me. But let's go over it. Whew. Okay. Really like the opener. Definitely looking forward to seeing them. Danny Stevens was great. I understand that he's probably not going to play the song that I wanted, because I don't know if that's easy to play acoustically, but man, did I really want to see that song. Park was amazing. I really wish they had played at least Conversations with Emily, so that was a little disappointing. But, ending on Gasoline Kisses for Everyone was great. Like, just so great. And I really like Witcheress First. That's a really good song. So yeah, they definitely made some good song choices, but man, I really wish they had played at least Conversations with Emily. Obviously, Dear Sweet Impaler would have been like the cherry on top, but I would have been okay. Like, I mentally prepared for them to not play that song, so I don't know. And then Spitalfield was really good. Instrumentals were amazing. Their energy was really great. He's jumping around the stage. Really, really liked it. I'm going to give this one, hard choices here. I'm going to give this one a 9.2. Great music, really great show. They started on time. They ended on time. I do wish Park would have played one of my 2 other songs that I really wanted to see, but they were so good. They sounded good. I'm so excited for them to release new music. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Did you go to the show the night before? Did you go to that show, or are you going tonight? Comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.